I have been installing luxury vinyl plank flooring in my house for the past few months, and I have it done in my office, and then we made it all the way through to this room, to the guest bedroom, and down part of the hallway. So you can see I kind of stopped. This is the guest bathroom. We haven't gone in there because we have to get rid of the laminate flooring, and I don't know how to do that, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of glue to sand off, so we're kind of putting that off. My plan is to kind of continue down the hallway and go straight into the master bedroom. I started taking up the carpet here so I could take the tack strips off, but then I realized that Kyle would need to sand the subfloors for me, which he hasn't done yet. We will be getting rid of this banister and getting a cable railing instead. So hopefully that'll be easy to do. Ignore this. This is just Kyle's old stuff. And then we have to move all of this stuff out of here before I can actually start putting the floor down. Step one of getting all this flooring into the master bedroom is actually removing all that stuff and junk that we have in there into the guest bedroom, or getting rid of it, selling it, donating it, whatever it may be. And the first step is getting the clothes all out, because obviously we need to get dressed. So this is the guest bedroom that I'm in right now. I just got new linens. Our friends were really nice enough to bring us some gifts from Ecuador for taking care of their dog for the past week and a half. But I bought this clothes rack, I guess. I'll have to assemble it today, but it'll be in here, and it'll have all of the clothing that we have hanging. We do have a dresser that we'll probably drag in here as well. But that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. Hopefully tomorrow I can start ripping up the carpet and tack strips. So I have made a major mistake. I didn't realize until way too late, but basically one of the planks that I put down, I cut from the wrong side, so there's no lip for me to attach the next plank in line, and I have to somehow figure out how to just like jimmy it out and replace it with one that does have a lip for me to attach to. And it took me until I finished doing the entire flooring in the room before I realized my mistake. So I can't really undo the whole room to replace it, because that would take the better part of an hour. And then there's the chance that I would ruin more planks by trying to remove them and take them apart than by just trying to slide this one out and kind of replace it with a new one. So I'm gonna remeasure this plank and try and figure out how to slide it in. I know that there's a way to repair it, because, I mean, damaged vinyl planks happen, right? I mean, there has to be a way for you to cut them out and replace them without having to re-floor a whole room. So this is the spot that I messed up. There should be a lip here for the next plank to like attach to, and I did all of the rest of this room before I realized it. So now what I'm going to do is take off these pieces and try and put the correct piece in here, and then slide these pieces back in, and hopefully there won't be a gap here, because that would really suck. So what I decided to do is slide this plank all the way out this way so that I can pull this piece out, which is the piece that needs to be replaced. So I successfully took this plank out. Kyle is outside cutting it out for me, and I'm really praying that it all goes back into place really easily and I just didn't make more work for myself. Got the new plank from Kyle. It was really quick cut, so I'm going to try and shimmy this in there, and I'll let you know if it works or not. I just slid the plank in almost too easily, and it makes me really concerned that I've been installing these vinyl planks in the wrong way, because I'm like back installing right now, which people say is like really difficult, but I think it was easier to do than installing it the normal way I've been doing. So now I'm gonna actually try and slide this other piece in, so hopefully it's as easy as it is in my mind. Pray for me. It worked. Like, it's in, it's sliding in. Let me show you guys. Okay, so this little piece needs to slide in between the top of the plank and this little groove, and it's working. So hopefully I can just slide it in the rest of the way and the crisis will have been averted. It's working, guys. I'm gonna need to use the mallet and that nice little tool to get the rest of the way in because it is getting a little tight. But there's no gap and I'm not ruining anything. Yo, I'm not saying that I'm a genius, but that worked really friggin' smoothly. Okay, you know what? There's a little tiny bit of a gap, but I'm starting to hyper focus on it, so I'm just gonna keep moving forward and start working on the carpeting in the master bedroom. So this is what my master bedroom looks like now that we've taken all of the furniture out of it. I've actually already taken the carpet out of the walk-in closet because I do need to paint some of the paneling in there. But now I'm going to be working on taking out all of this carpet. And once that's done, I'm going to be painting that drywall, which Kyle did like a year ago. So we've been living for a year with this unpainted wall and this undone mudding that you probably can't see because it's out of frame. But what I'm going to be doing is pulling up all of the carpet in strips because we haven't rented our dumpster yet to throw everything out, so it's all going into our barn. So I have to cut the carpet rolls small enough so that I can carry them to the barn until we get the dumpster, which will be in like 2 or 3 weeks. Once I'm done taking all the carpet off, I need to go around the perimeter and take up all of the tack strips, which should be a lot easier than doing the concrete down in the basement. That was honestly a nightmare. I would not recommend doing that yourself. And then once the tack strips are out, I can take the trim off. The trim's already been all painted. I think after that, I just have to rely on Kyle to just sand all the subfloors and kind of nail in all of the squeakiness so that it goes away. You can't hear it when you're walking around. And then finally, I can install all of the vinyl planks, which I've gotten really good at, even though sometimes I hyper-focus on like tiny little angles that leave gaps, which honestly the LVP planks expand and contract with the weather. So there are going to be gaps anyways. I just need to learn how to not focus on that. So before we get started, we want to make sure we're wearing all of our proper PPE. We got our little glasses in case any of the staples decide to just fling up in our face and try and blind us. Our safety gloves, and then I just have a box cutter, which isn't actually safety equipment, but it's the tool that I'm using. So I'm going to start cutting probably from over there and going this way. Yeah.
I don't have to party to have fun, you see. I got different hobbies, and that's all I need. Some say life is boring, but I disagree. I wake up and live my dream. Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh.
So, as you've probably noticed, there are stains on the other side of our carpet. And that is because we've got 3 dogs. And for the longest time, I thought that they were good dogs and that they'd never peed inside. But they did. We just never noticed because they drink so much water that their pee doesn't actually smell. And then, to make matters worse, our 3rd dog was actually a puppy when we first got her and moved into this house. So she was just potty training. And she peed all over the carpet to the point where I'd wake up and I'd just step down and it would be wet. And I actually got a UV blacklight and it just honestly horrified me. The basement was covered in even more pee. Honestly, I think it was because the previous owners had cats and the cats not only used all of the handrails as scratching posts, they used the entire basement as their litter box. Another reason why I'm glad that we're going to hardwood floors is that not only will we get all of this disgusting filth out of our house, but it'll make noticing when they do have accidents so much more obvious because it won't actually soak into a essentially pea-colored carpet. And now back to removing the carpet.
Everyone who didn't believe it, they don't know a thing. I'm gonna try, gonna try, gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm gonna cry, gonna cry, gonna cry. Chasing the highs, yeah, the highs, yeah, the highs. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Well, I have to move the camera now because you're in the way. While I was pulling up the carpet and all the padding, I was literally sweating so profusely, I thought I was going to pass out from dehydration. But now all I need to do is ask Kyle to help me move these rolls of carpet and padding out because I didn't cut them small enough so that I can actually carry them down the stairs by myself. So he's gonna help me move them. And now I'm gonna move on to the tack strips. Really with the tack strips, all you need is like a pry bar, a hammer sometimes, and your PPE, which is gloves and safety glasses. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna show you a little bit of it, but I'm not gonna show you all of it because it's the same thing over and over. It's just around the perimeter of the room. Okay, so basically what I do is I take this side of the crowbar and I slip it under. I pry it up. Make sure you're wearing your safety glasses because that happens and it splinters and it could go straight into your eye and then you're blind. So, fortunately, the majority of the pieces do come off as one piece, but sometimes they don't, like this one, and it'll come off. And then this right here is just one screw that decided, actually there's two screws here, that decided they wanted to stay part of the floor. Then you can just go ahead and pry them up, or you can use a hammer and pry them up with that as well. This is what our walk-in closet looks like. As you can see, we've taken the carpet out already as well as the padding. We have a pile of the tack strips over there. And we have a nice bay window that I have started painting. You can see I kind of gave up. It's just like a long feet. And I already had the walls painted previously from when I painted the bedroom. Now all that's left is painting the rest of the paneling. And the reason I'm painting the paneling is because we actually took the paneling off on the stairs and the entryway, and they had used a lot of glue to put them up there as well as nails, and it was just a headache to kind of repair all of the drywall after we took it off. So we decided to leave it in here and just paint it white and then do some custom built-in shelving ourselves. So I think that's about all I can manage today. I've actually got a lot done in like 4-ish hours. So I'm gonna take a shower and call it a night for today and then get back to work tomorrow, probably painting the rest of this room. So I will catch you in the next one.